A brand new AI system from Japan is making headlines worldwide, and some experts believe it could completely change how powerful AI models are built. Instead of building one giant AI model, Sakana AI created something far more interesting, a system that intelligently combines multiple AI models into one. The result is called Sakana Fugu, and it has quickly become one of the most talked about AI releases of the year. The excitement started after benchmark results suggested that Fugu could compete with some of today's most powerful AI systems. Some early benchmark scores even placed Fugu ahead of GPT-5.5, Claude Opus, and Gemini in selected coding and reasoning tasks. But as always, benchmark scores tell only part of the story. Real-world performance is what truly matters. Sakana AI is a Japanese artificial intelligence company founded by researchers with experience at some of the world's leading AI organizations. Instead of competing by building a massive new language model from scratch, the company chose an entirely different direction. Their idea was simple but powerful: let multiple expert AI models collaborate behind the scenes while users interact with only a single intelligent system. Imagine managing a project with a team of specialists, instead of asking one person to do everything. One expert writes code, another checks mistakes, a third verifies the answer. Finally, one coordinator combines everything into a polished result. That's essentially what Sakana Fugu does automatically every time you send it a prompt. Unlike ChatGPT or Claude, Sakana Fugu isn't primarily designed as a consumer chatbot. Instead, it functions as a powerful API-based AI technology's backend. Developers connect through an API, and Fugu intelligently decides which expert models should solve each part of the task. You never see the complex routing happening behind the scenes. You simply receive one refined answer. Coming up, we'll break down exactly how Sakana Fugu works, compare it against today's biggest AI models, and we'll explore pricing, benchmark results, real-world performance, and help you decide whether it's actually worth using. To understand why Sakana Fugu is different, we first need to understand how most AI models normally work. Traditional AI systems like GPT or Claude usually rely on one primary model to process your request from beginning to end. Everything, from reasoning to coding and writing, is handled by that same model. Sakana Fugu takes a completely different approach. Instead of asking one model to do everything, it creates a team of specialized AI experts. Each expert focuses on a different part of the problem before everything is combined into one final response. The moment you submit a prompt, Fugu begins analyzing exactly what kind of task you're asking it to solve. If it's mostly coding, it may prioritize coding specialists. If it's research, different expert models may become involved. All of this happens automatically, without you ever seeing the complexity behind the scenes. Think of Sakana Fugu as an AI project manager, rather than a traditional AI model. It decides which expert should handle each part of your request. Then it verifies, combines, and optimizes the results before sending you the final answer. Sakana AI actually released 2 different versions of this orchestration system. The standard version is designed for everyday work, offering faster responses and lower operating costs. Fugu Ultra is built for difficult problems that require deeper reasoning and more extensive collaboration between expert AI agents. Both versions use the same orchestration philosophy, but Ultra allocates significantly more computing effort to complex requests. That means Ultra may involve more expert agents, more verification steps, and more internal collaboration before producing an answer. The trade-off is that higher quality often comes with increased processing time and potentially higher operating costs. Here's one of the biggest misconceptions about Sakana Fugu. Fugu is not one giant frontier language model competing directly with GPT or Claude. Instead, it's an intelligent orchestration system designed to coordinate multiple powerful models as efficiently as possible. This architecture also provides an important advantage: flexibility. If one provider becomes unavailable, the orchestration system can potentially rely on other available expert models. That makes the overall system more resilient than depending entirely on a single AI provider. Now that you understand how Sakana Fugu works, it's time to answer the biggest question of all. Does this architecture actually outperform today's leading AI models in real benchmarks and practical use? Now let's look at the benchmark results that made Sakana Fugu one of the biggest AI stories of the year. Sakana AI evaluated Fugu across several demanding benchmark suites covering coding, reasoning, scientific knowledge, and software engineering. Remember, many of these numbers were reported by Sakana AI, while broader independent testing is still developing. Let's begin with coding performance, where Fugu attracted the most attention. According to Sakana AI, Fugu Ultra achieved exceptionally strong live code bench performance, outperforming several leading models on this benchmark. That immediately caught developers' attention because coding remains one of the toughest areas for modern AI. But great coding benchmarks don't automatically guarantee better software development. Building production software requires planning, debugging, testing, architecture, and consistency across many iterations. That's why experienced developers always combine benchmark results with real-world testing. The next benchmark focuses on graduate-level scientific reasoning. Fugu and Fugu Ultra reportedly achieved one of the highest GPQA diamond scores in the comparison. This suggests the orchestration system can perform extremely well when solving complex scientific questions. Another important benchmark evaluates real software engineering tasks rather than isolated coding questions. Here, Fugu Ultra also demonstrated highly competitive performance compared with several frontier AI systems. These results indicate that multi-agent collaboration may help tackle larger engineering workflows. Across multiple benchmark categories, Sakana Fugu consistently remained among today's strongest AI systems. However, benchmark leadership varied depending on the specific evaluation being measured. In some benchmarks, Fugu led the field, while in others, competing frontier models still maintained an advantage. So how does this compare with the AI models many people already use every day? GPT-5.5 remains one of the strongest all-around assistants. Claude continues to excel in long-form reasoning. Gemini offers deep integration across Google's ecosystem. Fugu's biggest advantage isn't necessarily replacing those models. It's intelligently coordinating multiple expert systems behind one interface. Now that you understand how Sakana Fugu works, it's time to answer the biggest question of all. Does this architecture actually outperform today's leading AI models in real benchmarks and practical use? Unlike ChatGPT or Claude, Sakana Fugu is primarily designed for developers through an API rather than a traditional consumer chat interface. That means your applications communicate directly with Sakana's orchestration system using API requests. The primary access point is Sakana AI's developer console, where you create API keys and manage your projects. Once your API key is created, your software can begin sending requests to Fugu or Fugu Ultra. For developers, the setup is straightforward if you've worked with modern AI APIs before. If you simply want to experiment without building a complete application, there's an easier option. OpenRouter allows you to test Fugu Ultra directly through its chat playground. It's one of the fastest ways to experience Sakana Fugu before integrating it into your own projects. Now let's talk about pricing, because this is where many users start asking important questions. Sakana AI offers both pay-as-you-go pricing and monthly subscription plans. Which option makes sense depends entirely on how frequently you plan to use the service. Pay-as-you-go pricing is generally the better choice for developers building applications or experimenting with larger workloads. Costs are based on input and output tokens, with Fugu Ultra priced at a premium because of its deeper orchestration process. Although premium pricing may seem expensive, the goal is to deliver higher quality answers on complex tasks. For regular users, Sakana AI also offers subscription plans with increasing usage limits. Higher tiers provide significantly more capacity while keeping access to both Fugu and Fugu Ultra. This approach makes subscriptions easier for professionals who use AI every day. One important detail is that, at the time of recording, there was no publicly available free trial. That means new users generally need either API credits or a paid subscription to begin using the platform. As the platform evolves, pricing and availability could change, so always check the latest official information. So where does Sakana Fugu fit among today's leading AI systems? If you want a polished, all-purpose assistant with a mature ecosystem, GPT remains an outstanding choice. Claude continues to be highly regarded for long-form reasoning, writing quality, and thoughtful responses. Gemini offers powerful multimodal capabilities and integrates deeply with Google's ecosystem. GLM has earned attention for offering impressive performance while remaining extremely cost-effective for many workloads. Fugu's unique advantage isn't replacing every model, it's intelligently coordinating multiple expert systems behind a single API. That orchestration strategy can produce outstanding results for some complex tasks, but it also introduces additional cost and processing overhead. Whether it's the right solution depends on your workflow, your budget, and the kinds of problems you solve most often. In the final part, we'll answer the biggest question of all. Is Sakana Fugu truly worth your money? Who should use it? And what are my final recommendations after analyzing everything we've learned? After reviewing the architecture, benchmarks, pricing, and real-world feedback, let's answer the question everyone is asking. Is Sakana Fugu truly the next breakthrough in artificial intelligence? Or is it simply another AI product surrounded by hype? The answer lies somewhere in the middle. The biggest innovation isn't a brand new giant language model. It's the orchestration layer that intelligently coordinates multiple expert models to solve complex problems. That idea could influence how future AI systems are designed across the entire industry. If your work involves advanced coding, research, scientific analysis, or long multi-step reasoning, Fugu may provide real advantages. These are exactly the types of tasks where multiple expert models can complement one another. The more complex the task becomes, the more valuable intelligent orchestration can potentially be. However, there are several practical considerations before deciding to use it. The platform isn't free. Advanced orchestration can increase processing time. And for most users, it is available through browser developer tools. For casual users looking for a simple chatbot experience, other platforms may feel more convenient. The best AI isn't always the newest one. It's the one that fits your workflow. Every leading AI system has unique strengths, and understanding those differences is more valuable than chasing benchmark numbers alone. Professional AI users increasingly combine multiple tools rather than relying on just one. Looking ahead, orchestration may become one of the biggest trends in artificial intelligence. Instead of building endlessly larger models, companies may focus on making existing models collaborate more intelligently. Whether Sakana Fugu ultimately becomes the industry standard remains to be seen, but it has already pushed an important conversation forward. Here's the biggest lesson from today's video. Artificial intelligence is evolving faster than ever, And success won't come from memorizing one tool. Success will come from understanding how different AI systems work together and choosing the right one for each challenge. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoy honest AI reviews, practical tutorials, and the latest breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, consider subscribing for more. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think multi-agent orchestration is the future of AI? Or do you still prefer powerful standalone models? Let me know in the comments below. Technology will continue to evolve, but curiosity, continuous learning, and the courage to adapt will always be your greatest advantage. Keep exploring, keep building, and I'll see you in the next video. Sakana Fugu isn't just another AI release. It represents a different philosophy for building intelligent systems. Instead of relying on one giant model, future AI may become networks of expert systems working together. This collaborative approach could eventually become more powerful than simply making larger language models. For software teams, orchestration could dramatically improve productivity. One AI could design architecture, while another writes code, and another reviews security. Instead of one assistant, developers may soon have an entire AI engineering team. Scientific research is another area where orchestration has enormous potential. Multiple specialist models can review literature, verify findings, and summarize conclusions simultaneously. That can significantly reduce the time required for complex research projects. Large businesses may also benefit from orchestration. Different departments require different expertise, making orchestration especially valuable. One intelligent coordinator can combine knowledge from multiple AI specialists. Students could eventually benefit from personalized AI tutoring teams. Instead of one tutor, every subject could be handled by its own specialist. That could dramatically improve personalized education. Healthcare may eventually adopt similar orchestration systems. Each specialist AI could analyze one part of a patient's case before producing a combined recommendation. Of course, human doctors would always remain responsible for final clinical decisions. So should you try Sakana Fugu today? If you're a developer, researcher, or AI enthusiast, the answer is probably yes. But if you mainly need everyday conversations or simple writing tasks, existing assistants may already be enough. Choosing the right AI is no longer about finding one perfect model. It's about selecting the best combination of tools for your workflow. That's exactly where orchestration may become one of the most important AI trends over the next few years. Many experts believe the future won't belong to a single supermodel. Instead, intelligent networks of specialized models may work together as one. Sakana Fugu gives us a fascinating glimpse into what that future could look like. Whether Sakana Fugu becomes the market leader or not, it has already changed how many people think about artificial intelligence. Innovation doesn't always come from building something bigger. Sometimes the biggest breakthrough comes from helping existing intelligence work better together. Artificial intelligence changes almost every week. The people who succeed won't necessarily be those using the newest tool. They'll be the people who understand how these tools work and know when to use each one. If this review helped you better understand Sakana Fugu, don't forget to subscribe for in-depth AI reviews, tutorials, and the latest breakthroughs shaping the future of technology. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.